Hi guys, Eric Pathy here at PickDogs.com for your overnight. Man, these days just roll on. May 23rd report. When you do these videos every day, Al, it's like it's a diary of your life. Every day I'm saying the date for the next day. It's like before we blink, I think it's August 23rd is the first football game. I think it's August.
Wow.
So it's May 23rd. You're watching this video. You're exactly counting down 90 days. So I'll double check that while we're doing this video. But with that being said, I know a lot of people ask the value of Telegram. In addition to the ratings, you release them so you're getting the best of the number. Even though I know you're not all into the whole, you still want to get the best of the number. So for instance, we're doing this video on Thursday. You've already released the NBA play that the client will be watching the video on Friday, over 24 hours in advance. That's the value that you're not going to get if you're just logging in on the website and getting the games the day of the games.
Yeah, and we released the UFL football game early as well. And yeah, we tend to try to release games early. You don't always get the best number, but you get the best number much more often than not.
Exactly. So with that being said, I stand corrected. It looks like August 24th, Saturday, August 24th is the first day of college football. So this Saturday will be May 24th. So we'll have exactly a 3-month countdown from this Saturday. Comes quick. When do you start? I've asked you this in the past. When do you start with the database entries and the changes of players and the injury report? When you start getting into that in July, mid-July, late July?
No, get like the week of the game.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, I wait for the point spreads to be released. It's pointless for me to look at this stuff in July.
Right. I mean, there are people out there that handicap like way early in advance, as we talked about in the past. The old football schedules on the at the bookstore, mid June, July, like 4th of July weekend. You could pick up the college and pro football annual from your favorite handicapper back in the old days. But like you said, it was outdated by the time you opened it.
Yeah, I'll for the NFL, if the game is being played, for example, on September 9th, I'll begin looking at the stuff on September 2nd.
Hey, look,
It's
it
just,
it worked. Hey, no arguments for me. It works. It works. Like you said, you got to worry about the games that are right in front of you, right, instead of the ones that are like miles away from you. So with that being
yeah.
said, go
I
ahead.
mean, you get injuries in the preseason. There's so much that happens. It's to me, it's pointless to, um, you know, look at the stuff in July. I'll wait for the point spread to settle and for the players. Who's going to play. The week of the game, and the other thing is that you're not selling the picks a month in advance. So,
Right.
you know, it's yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
From memory, I can't remember. Are you using the database to make preseason NFL selections, or you're basically
Sure, yeah,
okay?
yeah,
So it's just as valid whether it's preseason or regular season or postseason.
yeah. I mean, I like the old format of the preseason better when it was a 4 week preseason, because what I would do is I would pretty much skip week one and I would pretty much skip week four, but I
Gotcha.
would concentrate on week two and week three because those would sort of be the most important weeks for the teams. Now they have a 3 week preseason, so I'm pretty much skipping week one and skipping week three, and I'm focusing on week two.
Or you could have just been like me and Costi for a few years. We just bet the Ravens
Bet the
every.
Ravens, yeah, they go 19-1 ATS. How
It was
tough
like
is that?
it was like a running joke, like, oh, just bet the Ravens. Like bookmakers here in
Yeah,
Baltimore getting their teeth kicked in for preseason.
yeah. Well, that ended last year.
I know. So with that being said, what are we talking about today for all you guys that want to pick up the all access and get ready for August 24th? Plus, take advantage of UFL, CFL, WNBA as you hit your WNBA complimentary selection in yesterday's video, and the remainder of the NBA playoffs, plus some baseball and hockey. Reach out and we can get you enrolled, and you don't need to wait till August 24th to start rolling. As Al said, he works every day, 365
Yeah, let's look at the Knicks Pacers game. I don't know if you caught any of that game yesterday. That was, I
Just
mean,
the
we've had a
score.
lot.
Just the score.
Oh my God. I mean, obviously, we've had a lot of crazy games in this NBA playoffs where teams come back from 20. What the Pacers did yesterday
Fill me in. I really
was
didn't watch anything. I have no idea.
that was more unbelievable than any of the other comebacks that we've seen. Um, the Pacers were down with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. They were down by 14 points.
Wow.
And they stormed back and hit 3 point shot after 3 point shot after 3 point shot after 3 point shot.
They were being
You know,
Boston.
and I watched the replay, late night around 3 a.m. just to see, like, because what you at that point, that they are going to come back. And so I'm watching, like, what did the Knicks do wrong? Like, and the Knicks maybe only had two possessions where they screwed up. They really didn't do much wrong. They had Jalen Brunson had a turnover, but it was the skilled Indiana Pacers, their shooting, where they literally hit, like, one guy hit 5 3 pointers in a row.
Wow. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
have to watch this after the video.
yeah. So they and then at the end, the Knicks, they missed 2 out of 4 free throws, which they had I think a 7 point lead with like 35 seconds left, but they missed 2 out of 4 free throws, and that left the door wide open for Indiana. And then Tyrese Halliburton hits. He had his foot on the line. It almost was a 3 point to win the game, but it was a 2 pointer to tie the game. And the ball hits the back of the rim, bounces straight up like 4 feet, maybe 5 feet, like crazy. And then comes right back down into the hoop, swish. And then, that's how they tied the game to send it into overtime. So it was insane.
The crowd must have been mortified, right?
Well, it was interesting because, like, the crowd was like so excited, like they were patting themselves on the back with 35 seconds to go, because, like, the Knicks were, like, making some shots. They weren't, like, missing everything. So, like, Indiana might cut it to 7, then the Knicks would go up by 9, and then Indiana would cut it to 6, and the Knicks would go up by 7. And then, yeah, then what really killed the Knicks was missing 2 free throws out of
Well,
4.
so basically, I mean, basically what you're saying is what we all know, because when we got into the business, the totals were 160. Is basically it's whoever's hot's going to win the game because nobody plays defense.
No, well, I mean, but they were playing D. I mean, it was crazy, and the Knicks, even on the next to last possession, whatever, they even fouled Indiana because they didn't want them to make a three. The
Right.
guy makes both free throws. I think that was with 7 seconds left. So he cuts it to 1, and then the guy goes down, and it was OG Anunoby, I think, and he misses the first one, makes the second one, and then New York couldn't foul on purpose. They had to let Indiana shoot the ball, and the guy makes the 2. So, I mean, it's just a crazy game, crazy game. Anyway, no one
So
really
was
cares
I'm
about that.
looking at I'm looking at the box score. It was 138, 135. So they ended the game on a 3.
No, 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 no. That's overtime.
I'm saying in
Um,
overtime. They ended the
no,
game
they did not end. They did not end the game on a 3.
because they won 13-10.
They might have had like a layup or a dunk, um, and then the other team missed 2 3 pointers. They tried to tie it, and they
Got
they,
it.
they failed.
Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, on the Knicks side, the Knicks scored 135. Their previous game, they got 119 against the Boston Celtics. So in their last 2 games, 254 points. In the NBA playoffs, and even you can even include the play-in round, which technically isn't the playoffs, if a team scores 119 points in back-to-back games,
Okay.
they've gone under the total their next game, 83 and 57 with one push. So we're going to take game 2 between the Knicks and Pacers under the total of 227 as a free play.
Under the total. I'm looking right here. Yep. Under the total of 227 is a free play. or higher. It would be because you know how the public is. They see all those points scored. We're doing this video 24 hours in advance.
Public doesn't move the line. I hate that. Public
All right.
doesn't move the fucking
That's
line.
why I got to throw it out there. So
No, I mean the sharps move the line. Public's not moving these lines.
got it. So like I said, under the total of 227, 83 and 57 system after 119. I kind of been doing these videos enough, Al. Once you started, I knew where you were going with it. I'm learning. I got the systems. I'm saving some of them in my brain. As
Yeah.
always, guys, reach out, send me a text to join Al's All Access. Good day and good luck.